I'm pretty sure that at some point we've all trained for a purely aesthetic purpose. We chase the gains, bigger muscles, bigger quads, massive delts, and yet we're never satisfied with where we're at. Something could always be bigger or leaner or more symmetrical, and it ends in this never-ending pursuit of an ideal physique that always seems just out of reach. But what if the reason that you're never satisfied is because you're training for those goals? What if training for aesthetics was actually stopping you from achieving more muscle and changes in body composition? Training for aesthetics is a really surface level and subjective goal, and there's no underlying motivation to make it a part of your lifestyle and to keep you going in the long term. Have you ever noticed that actors can get into superhero shape for a role, but then once filming has stopped, you'll see them on social media looking like they always have and nothing like what they look like in the movie? However, pro athletes, on the other hand, seem to have the same physique year round, whether they're on or off season. And this generally comes down to whether they're training for aesthetics or athletic performance. Actors are training to look a certain way, and with the help of dietitians and chefs and trainers and doctors, they get there. But once their role is over and they are no longer relying on all that help, their body returns to their set point, and their physique changes back to what it was before the movie role. Athletes, on the other hand, aren't training to look a certain way. They're training for the performance of their chosen sport. This is a way of life for them, and so they are consistent with their training and nutrition year round. This isn't to say they don't have off seasons where they're more relaxed with their training and nutrition, but for the most part, they are really consistent, and as a result, they have a consistent body composition. Professional athletes are, of course, an extreme example, but this applies to the general population as well. If you train with a more athletic goal, then you're more likely to keep that consistent and make it part of your lifestyle. Whereas if you have a purely aesthetic goal, you're going to have a short-term burst of motivation, and then once results plateau or you haven't achieved a body composition that you were aiming for, your motivation will fall and you're less likely to be consistent with your training. But if you set objective performance and process-based goals, your progress is then no longer tied to a reflection in the mirror, and you're more likely to stick with it in the long term. And this is where you'll get results. You'll build a stronger and more resilient body than the one that you'll be building when you were just training for aesthetics.